Welcome to Season 1, Episode 1 of Dallas Destruction. In our very first episode, we'll see 16 bots compete for their shot at going 1-0. 8 of them will succeed in doing so, while the other 8 will fall to 0-1. Now, if you're new to the sport of robot combat, a fight can be won in multiple ways. Number 1, you can win by a knockout. This happens if the other robot is no longer able to drive around the arena and show aggression towards its opponent. If a robot is knocked out of the arena, it is still treated like a normal knockout and is not awarded an instant win. Now, the other way you can win a fight is in a judge's decision. In a judge's decision, the fight will have had to have gone the full 3 minutes. Bots will be judged based on the 3 categories: 5 points for damage, 3 points for aggression, and 3 points for control, similar to BattleBots. Of course, the goal is to knock out your opponent, so you don't have to go to the judge's decision first. In the regular season, I will be the only judge and will judge each fight by myself on the 11-point scale. Now, once we get into the playoffs, we'll have 3 judges. The reason we're having 1 judge at the beginning of the season is because we're going off a point standings, and you get points for each point in a judge's decision. So if you win 6-5 or lose 6-5, it's really only a 1-point difference in your standings. A KO is awarded 12 points because the maximum points in a judge's decision is 11. KOs are better, so 12 points for a judge's decision. With that out of the way, let's get into our fights tonight. Our season's first match features the drum spinner of Killter taking on Infinite Universe, the Cluster Verts. This fight is going to be a great one to start the season off, as we see classic vert on vert action, one in the form of a drum spinner, one in the form of Cluster Verts, the Cluster Verts from Min and Infinite Universe, and Killter from CHB2 is our drum spinner. Without further ado, let's get into the first fight of Dallas Destruction Season 1. And what a way to start off the season, a cluster bot taking on Killter. It's Infinite Universe versus Killter for our first match of Dallas Destruction Season 1. Here we go. Infinite Universe is both struggling here, where there's a nice shot from Killter. Oh, the gray one with a little bit of friendly fires. Both of them are trying to go on Killter, but there's only enough space. There's only so much space. You can see they're both heading for the same direction, but they end up running into each other. There they go again. They are teamed on P1 and P3, I can assure you of that. Otherwise, we would see them aggressively going after each other. But P3, the white Infinite Universe, just taking it. I have not seen Killter do really anything this match. Oh, there's a blow to the Infinite Universe. Looks like the gray one might be immobile, but we have to count them both out at the same time. Lucky for the Killter, they can drive upside down, unlike Infinite Universe, who's currently flipped over. Oh! But Killter runs into them, and they do self-right. As Killter was going across the arena with that bump into Infinite Universe, they self-righted. No, they aren't really getting that weapon up to speed. Some action going on along the wall there. These two running into Killter. I can't really tell his weapon spinning. Gray's weapon definitely isn't spinning. And White's may not be either. It's hard to tell because it blends in with the floor. Definitely. Oh, they're gonna try and see if they can get. Oh, there's a tire off of somebody. That might be the white. Nope, the white one's still going strong. Killter, you're gonna need to let go of the pin. Now they're being pinned by the white Infinite Universe. Killter now going in for more. Getting under the gray one. Can they get a flip? They might be stuck. Everyone's still active. Good shot from Killter. I'm not sure whose weapon's still running. It's difficult to tell. Oh, almost getting knocked out of the arena there. These few bots are stuck here in the corner. Not going to really get a count out. We're just going to see if they can separate because all of them are stuck together. And there's a shot. Infinite Universe, it's not going to be enough time for a KO. We're going to go, oh, no, they're back anyway. We're going to head to a judge's decision. I'll have to look through this one again to see what damage was done where. In the meantime, yeah, I'll be right back with the judge's decision. Now, I ended up scoring this decision 6-5 in favor of off Killter. Now, because this is such a close decision, I decided I would explain my scoring in this one. Now, I gave damage 4-1 to off Killter. This is because in the BattleBots Judge's Guide, which I did state I was going to be using the BattleBot system of judging this tournament, under the 4-1 score it says, one bot does a substantial amount of damage to the function of critical systems in the opposing bot, but also takes some damage that reduces the effectiveness of its own critical systems. After thinking about this, with the damage to the weapon of one of the Infinite Universes and the damage to the drive of the other one, I believe that that's a substantial amount of damage to the function of critical systems, and because it did have some wheel slices off itself, that is some damage that reduced the effectiveness of its own system. So there's 4-1 damage. 2-1, I gave in aggression to Infinite Universe because they seem to be the aggressor for longer in the match, as well as control 2-1 because they seem to get lower and control the match a lot more for a longer period of time. So in the end, that goes out to a 6-5 decision for off Killter, but remember, in the standings, these two will be very close because we're going off of points and not wins. Do not expect me to go full in-depth unless there's a judge's decision this close like this. And that brings me to this next fight, Crawler versus Speedbump. We have vert on vert action, Crawler with the 4 forks. Speedbump has the 6, Speedbump in black and gold, Crawler in gray and green. This fight might come down to who gets the low ground, but I can't wait to see how this all turns out, and I hope you guys enjoy. Crawler taking on Speedbump. This might come down to the ground game. Both of the robots decide to use their forks for this match.
3.
Let's see who wins the ground game.
1. Go.
Oh, Rocky off the start from Speedbump. What a big hit there. Now these two lock forks. Speedbump might be stuck. Crawler now stuck on the screws. Crawler trying to get the low ground here. It looks like they've taken a fork off of Speedbump. Couple forks. Lots of forks now. Oh my goodness! Devastating blow from Crawler. Crawler is putting on a clinic. Oh my god. They might just leave them to die. We're going to start a countdown of Speedbump. 10, 9, 8. Crawler celebrating. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's a knockout. Winning fabulously is Crawler. And what a win from Crawler. Yeah, my mic did have a little bit of feedback. It seems I was having some issues during the recording of this fight, but nonetheless an insane performance from Crawler. Took it to Speedbump, ripped tons of forks off, and they're going to get the 12 points in the standings as they win by KO. We're going to move on to our third fight of the night, and that is Blackhole 2.0 versus Burst. Now here comes a new design in the form of Burst. It's got like an active spear on it, very similar to the BattleBot Bale spear, taking on another vert with 4 forks. It is Blackhole 2.0 from Toad, Burst of course from Golden. And yes, once again, these are 0-0, their first fight of their season, and our third fight tonight on Dallas Destruction. Let's see how this one goes. Alright, here we are for Blackhole versus Burst.
3, 2, 1, go.
Blackhole is going with their forks configuration. Oh, immediately ripping wheels. And out of the arena is Burst. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And that is a 20-second knockout from Blackhole. What a fight. So our season's third fight results in what might be the quickest knockout of the season on Dallas Destruction. We'll see if we get anything faster, but I'm not counting on it. Anyway, Blackhole wins by KO, and Burst falls to 0-1. Blackhole improves to 1-0. Alright, next up we have the Vert of Game Start, made by Treacherous YT, taking on the front hinged flipper, maybe you could even call it a hammer, of Glaive. Game Start will be using their mini bot, Press Start, which has a flamethrower in this match against Glaive. And instead of keeping you waiting, how about we just go ahead straight into this match. Here we go. Game Start taken on Glaive in this one. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, and the bots are off. Immediately going after that flame mini bot is Glaive. Oh, knocked close to out of the arena by Game Start. Now, I was told that the AI was buggy on Game Start, but it looks fine, and that mini bot might be out for the count. Glaive delivers a huge hit. Game Start gets caught on the wall. That mini bot, maybe it'll come back later, but for now, it said sayonara. The mini bot weighs about 10 kilograms. Glaive looking to free the mini bot. Oh, Game Start might be caught. Oh, but they are freed by Glaive, as happens sometimes. We'll see if Glaive lets go of this pin. I do not have a count out yet. Our count, Game Start out now. They're not showing movement. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Oh, they're back! Game Start has freed themselves with 2 seconds left on the count out. Glaive definitely seems to have had more control of this match with that front hinged flipper. Maybe you could call it a hammer. Oh, there's a shot from Game Start. Glaive now has a chance. Glaive, you there? Okay, I don't think that was supposed to happen because it didn't look like Glaive fired. Yeah, it looks like the wedge is just deflecting shots from Game Start. Oh, there's a big shot from Game Start, and again. The Flame Minibot really just there for height centering and for show. Flame, I don't believe, does too much. I could be wrong. Looks like the Minibot's trying to get on the action. Only really setting its own bot on fire. They might be stuck. Game Start might have high centered itself, but Glaive needs to move. No count out yet is, again, a pin from Glaive. They're free. Glaive might be high center now. On the mini bot, Game Start, though, looking to get some action here. You have to think with all the... Oh, no, did they do it again? Oh, Glaive, once again, coming to their rescue. Definitely looks like Glaive has had more control. Damage, certainly you have to think Game Start. But there hasn't been a lot of damage. Oh, and what a shot from Glaive at the end of that one. This one might be close. I'm definitely going to have to watch it again before making a decision. Alright, we have yet another close decision. I'll try and make this explanation more brief. There was not a lot of damage, but Game Start did seem to get more. 3-2 damage for Game Start. Control, I gave 2-1 to Glaive because they seemed to get stuck a little less. Game Start was almost counted out at one point, if you recall. But aggression, Game Start did seem to be throwing themselves back at Glaive when I went back and watched this fight. So that's a 2-1 win for Game Start in aggression. 2-1 for Glaive in control, and 3-2 in game start for damage. So ultimately, game start with the win, 6-5. All right, well, we got Frost taking on Barrel of Fun. Frost, built by CHB2. It's a drum spinner. It's CHB2's second entry. And Barrel of Fun is one of our only thwack bots. It's a bot without an active weapon. It has a weapon, you could call it a passive weapon, I guess. It's like a hammer, except, of course, it's not active. It's a cute little bot. I can't wait to see how this one goes. Okay, now it's Frost taking on Barrel of Fun, whose weapon is already in the screws. We're going to go ahead and start this one.
Go.
And here they go. Frost, oh, Barrel of Fun trying to get a thwack going. They are now in the screws. We'll see. Oh man, they are just so fast, almost knocked out of the arena by Frost. Frost with a nice hit on Barrel of Fun. Oh, there they are. Once again, slamming them into the walls. There's a wheel off of Barrel of Fun. Frost is going insane right now. Very aggressive. And oh, the hammer's off too. Can they get that last wheel? Will they need to? Barrel of Fun, I'm sure Frost can still move. Barrel of Fun, I would count them out, but Frost is still going after them. They have lost all wheels. You know, once Frost lets off, it's probably going to be a KO. We're going to start the count out in 10, 9, okay, Frost, you want to prolong this? Do you really want to prolong this? I'm going to start it out again. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The winner is Frost. So Frost makes quick work of Barrel of Fun, who loses both wheels and the tip of their hammer in the process. Frost looking very, very, very strong, and actually, just a side note, they actually have the most components out of any bot in the competition. Alright, now we've got Lightyear, the drum spinner from Oblivion Prime, taking on Iron Abs Krabs, a lifter from Bikini Bottom Battler. We've seen in Robot Robo 2 other Bikini Bottom Battlers based on the SpongeBob SquarePants TV series, and this one we get is Iron Abs Krabs. So we'll see how this one goes between these two. Alright, Iron Abs Krabs and Lightyear.
3, 2.
And here we go. Lifter against Drum Spinner. Drum Spinner immediately getting under the lifter. You know, for a lifter, the whole goal is to get under the opponent. It's not a good start for Iron Abs Krabs. We'll see if maybe they can win the ground game by getting around to the side of Lightyear. But Lightyear seems to have a lot better driving power. And those forks on Lightyear can move if they need to self-right, but they can drive upside down. Well, now these two bots just kind of locked up here. Oh, there's a shot from Lightyear, but ends up getting flipped over. A nice little flip from Iron Abs Krabs. Unfortunately for them, definitely still more damage being done by Lightyear. As much as we love control bots, it's definitely hard to score a good amount of damage points with them unless you can use the hazards or out of the arena. And that you really have to control a fight. These two once again stuck together. Iron Abs Krabs being pushed into the wall by Lightyear. That drum spinner has dealt a lot of shots that have stopped it itself instead of shots that sent Iron Abs Krabs flying. Iron Abs Krabs seems to be dangling off the ground like they were stuck to Lightyear for a second. Now they have a chance for the lift, and there it is. But they might be stuck. They've got those forks on the wall. Lightyear wants to give them a touch anyways. Lightyear will back off. Turn around, come in for more. What a shot from Lightyear. I think they might be able to just leave Iron Abs Krabs at this point, and it would be a knockout. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's a knockout. Your winner is Lightyear. No, before you tell me, yes, that they were engaging. They were hitting the screws, not Iron Abs Krabs. Either way, still a knockout for Lightyear. So, Lightyear gets their first Dallas Destruction win in their first Dallas Destruction match. It's a KO of Iron Abs Krabs. Took them over half the fight to do so, but they did end up getting it done by getting Iron Abs Krabs stuck on the screws. And let's go to the next fight. Alright, now it'll be Gemeen taking on Wasted. Gemeen might be inspired by Fusion on BattleBots. Hopefully it doesn't have the same reliability issues. Wasted has got a great color scheme going with that. Well, actually, both these bots have a great color scheme going. Wasted is a wedge vert, 4-wheel drive. Gemeen, 4-wheel drive as well, with the verts, the forks, and the horizontal spinner. Let's see how this one goes. Gemeen versus Wasted in our last fight before our main event, Christmas Goblin versus Mercenary for Hire. Here we go.
3, 2, 1, go.
The bots are off, and Wasted looks like they're getting the upper hand at first, but now Gemeen seems to be under them. With bots. Had a little bit of a lag spike there. Wasted going after Gemeen. There's a shot. Wasted might be stuck on top of the screws. Gemeen is going to back off. I'm going to start a countdown on them. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And that's a knockout for Gemeen. But look at that celebratory dance we just saw. In the style of Minotaur. Almost did it again. Gemeen takes the KO victory. So Gemeen takes the win over Wasted by getting them stuck on the screws, very similar to our fight with Iron Abs Krabs and Lightyear. And that is our 7 regular fights, our undercard fights. Now we have our main event coming up. And what a main event this is going to be. Christmas Goblin, made by the Mad Brit King, the vertical spinner, featuring, looks like the Grinch, or I guess you could call it a goblin in there, driving this sleigh. On the other hand, we have Mercenary for Hire from Neon Calypso. It's a hammer drum. Think Sawblaze, but if they had a drum spinner on that. I can't wait to see how this one goes. It's going to be epic. Alright, here is our first main event of the season.
3,
Christmas Goblin,
1,
Mercenary for Hire. This one's going to be awesome. Oh, Christmas Goblin with a missed box rush around the screws. Mercenary for Hire getting hit with that drum. Christmas Goblin trying to get a hit of their own. Going for the wheel, Mercenary for Hire. Mercenary looking to flip them over. Alright. As Mercenary for Hire's lost a wheel from the Christmas Goblin. They've lost 2 wheels. Oh my goodness. No. Do they still have that? No, they lost 1 wheel. It is that left front one. Can they move enough? Christmas Goblin still ramming after them. Is Christmas Goblin stuck? Do we have to count both of them out? Mercenary's moving! Christmas Goblin's gonna get counted out. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's a knockout. Your winner is Mercenary for Hire, and they're celebrating on 3 wheels. Oh my goodness, what a turn of events. Well, Mercenary for Hire becomes the 8th bot to pick up their first Dallas Destruction win on the day with an unconventional knockout of Christmas Goblin, who has such a design that it looks like their blade was able to get stuck in between the out of the arena zone and the box itself. And then Mercenary for Hire stumbled to the middle of the box where it picked up that KO by being able to move just a little bit. We almost had a double knockout, but we didn't anyway. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you come back for next week's episode. It'll be Saturday, 8 Central Time, where 16 more bots will be trying to get their first win of the season. Only 8 of them can. That'll be next week on episode 2. Until now, I'm Get Crazed. Thanks so much for tuning in.